welcome to another plan with me. We are going to be filming for the week of the 26th of May through the 1st of June, and I'm going to be using this Tiana kit for literally no reason other than it's cute. So, flip through this. This is a very vintage format. It's probably going to be a little bit tricky, but maybe, I don't think it's going to be tricky as opposed to the fact that I just don't think I have enough boxes. So, I'm gonna look and see. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. We are gonna be stellar. So, here's the kit. I'm using a build your own foil bundle with this, and I have got it in gold hollow. We've got shine headers. This page is standard. This page is the mixed overlays, the bow and the shine washi, and then Art Deco 2 underlays. We've got my customs in font choice 11, and I do have this freebie here. We have our washi strip and this extra color, which I will not need because I didn't really do all that much in this week. So, this week is so funny because in my everyday planner, I just so happened to use a Taylor Swift kit, and this was the week that Taylor Swift bought her masters, which is pretty crazy. Like, just what are the odds that I would be using a Taylor Swift kit that week in my planner? So, with that being said, we are just gonna jump into it. Let us just grab all of our thingamabobbers. So we're gonna need 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 8, 9, 10. Is that correct? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we need 11. So we'll be using this box, and I have this Little Miss Overthinker, and we'll just top that on there and it'll be fine. You know, it's literally not a big deal. So with that being said, let's run through what I did this week. On the Monday the 26th, I did do a return for Amazon. I went to Kohl's and returned a book because the weekend prior I was in Dallas and I was able to pick up the same book, a signed edition, for literally like $3 cheaper. So I was like, I'm just gonna return this other one. My hands are so dry and it's literally driving me bonkers. So sorry, I just needed to put some lotion on. You can tell how old this kit is by like the texture of the stickers. Like, they're not as sticky because they're ancient. Ancient. But we did that, and then if you missed it, Chris started a job working for doing Amazon delivery. So we've started doing date day on Mondays now to like make it work, which is literally fine. It does not matter to me when we do date day. It's just important to me that we do it, you know, like that we're making time for each other. So date day is now on Mondays. So we went to Cabo Bob's. I had gone on a big book shopping spree the weekend prior, plus booked a bunch of like, trips, like, basically booked some board game convention stuff. So I'd spent a lot of money over the past weekend, so I didn't want to go to the bookstore and be tempted to buy more books. So we literally just went to lunch, then we went and got groceries. I came home, I did the laundry, I did a bunch of filming, I read, what was I reading as of that week? I can tell ya, Monday the 26th, the 26th. I was reading Keep Your Friends Close by Lucinda Berry, and that is in a Do I Even Like Thrillers Anymore video. And so I read that this day, and I watched some YouTube. I definitely had YouTube to catch up on after getting back from Dallas. Then Tuesday, I woke up and literally, like, I got out of bed, I went pee, I brushed my teeth, and then I got back in bed to watch the series finale of The Handmaid's Tale. It was just like the top priority of that day was to watch that, because I would have had to riot if I got spoiled on the series finale. And so I simply was sat and I watched that, and I cried 3 times watching it. It was so good. And I know a lot of people have like been kind of hating on the ending, but like, I don't know what else you would have wanted to happen. Like, so if you've watched it and you want to discuss, literally message me on Instagram, because I want to talk about it at all times, simply. But basically that was that, and then I edited like 10 or so videos this day. I was editing up a fucking storm. And then I did some meal prep. I meal prepped quesadillas this week. They're actually so good. I like prepped all of the ingredients for me, and then like I made 4 quesadillas for Chris so that he would have something easy to microwave whenever he got home from work, because he does not get home until, it depends. Sometimes he gets home closer to like 8:30, but then like sometimes he doesn't get home until like 9:30. So it's not really like, because he doesn't go in till 10, so it doesn't really work for me to like make dinner those nights, because I can't wait that late to eat dinner. Like, I'm hungry before that. So I prepped a bunch of stuff for that, and then I did more reading this day. On this day, I was reading Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix for that same Do I Even Like Thrillers video. And then I watched some TV. Wednesday, I woke up and I did a bunch of like photo and reel and like stuff like that, taking pictures, doing reels, whatever, for Board Game Girlies, because we're so back, baby. We're back to posting on YouTube and Instagram. I'm the new YouTube editor, so we already have like a game day vlog recently that went up. By the time you guys see this, I don't know how recent. You probably have more than one video up by the time you guys see this, but at the time of filming this, our first video back went up yesterday. So I did a bunch of stuff for that, and then I just kind of read all day. I was still reading just Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. That book's kind of longer, so it took quite a bit of time. And then this day was absolutely terrifying. So we had some pretty like extreme hail, which I'm trying to like be very particular with how I say that, because I also have learned I say that word kind of funky. But we basically had some extreme some extreme hail, and I was really stressed out for a couple of reasons. One, Chris was at work. Thankfully, the like people that Chris, like the Amazon, I always forget the acronym, DSP, I think, that Chris works for, has like rules in place for bad weather. Basically, the app that they use like just gives them a warning that says find somewhere safe, and it won't let them like continue to work until like the weather stops. So he basically was holed up at a gas station until the weather let up. But I'm home alone during this hailstorm, and I'm panicking because like my car is at the parking lot of where Chris works, and I'm like, my car is like the only thing like that I've ever like bought for myself. I worked really hard and bought that for myself. So I'm like super upset about the fact that my car might be getting hail damaged. And then additionally, the way like our house is set up, from like my bedroom is on one end of the house, and then my like their offices, like the other 2 bedrooms of this house, are on the other end of the house. Basically, one end of the hallway is my bedroom, and the other end of the hallway is the laundry room. And our laundry room's light is motion activated, and the light, like I can see the laundry room, my door was open. The hail was hitting the house so hard that like my only guess, based on freaking out and telling Andrea, this was what she thinks it probably was, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like tell myself that so I can stop freaking out, is that it was hitting the house so hard that it was making like the house vibrate, because the motion activated light just kept turning on and off, on and off, on and off, and I was petrified. It was so spooky. I hated everything about it, and yeah. So that happened. And then Chris got us McDonald's on the way home from work, because he got home hella late, because he was like basically holed up for like an hour at the gas station. So he got home super late, and he was like, I'm getting McDonald's, do you want anything? And I'm like, yeah, this has been horrible. So he got us McDonald's, and it was literally exactly what I needed. This kit has 2 scenes, so we'll pop this one in first. Then on Thursday, I worked and I read. I was listening to the audiobook for Chef's Choice, which is going to be in a continuing series I'm in the middle of video. I don't know if it's out yet, probably. As well as I listened to part of and finished China Rich Girlfriend, which is in that same series video. And then physically, I read the graphic novel Hooky for a video where I'm reading Andrea's picks. Like, Andrea picked my TBR. So I did some reading. I FaceTimed with my friend Christy, and then I was really anxious this day. I will be so for real with you, just with like the stress of life, basically. My period was like very late and it was making me stressed out. So that was basically that. And then I binge watched YouTube, but all's well. I actively have my period right now and it's been miserable. So Friday, Chris had a haircut appointment and I went with him because we needed to go to the game store to get magic cards for our upcoming magic draft that was this past Monday, so like the Monday that was coming up. So I went with him, he got his haircut and looked so handsome. And then we went and got the magic cards, and then we got McDonald's for lunch. Well, I think Chris got Burger King and I got McDonald's. We got like 2 separate things because we didn't agree. And then I read and worked basically. I listened to the audiobook of Landline by Rainbow Rowell this day, which will be in a video that is, I'm reading The Rainbow, which is like just reading rainbow colored books, like super fabulously rainbow-tastic books. So I did that and I worked, and then I cooked. I made chicken riggies for dinner, and then Chris and I went for a walk. Saturday I worked and I read. I listened to the audio. I think I was partway through it, but I finished the audio for a horror movie by Paul Tremblay, which I'm reading for an upcoming reading books I bought because of YouTubers video. And I listened to the audiobook for Windy City by Liz Tomford, and I read this like middle grade story called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse that was so good, and you should definitely read that book. And Mile High is going to be in the series video as well. So I did tons of reading that day. I got McDonald's, and then I just kind of relaxed in the evening after I finished all of my orders. And then Sunday I woke up and I did a bunch of filming, evidently. I marked it big at least. And then I started reading Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce this day, which is technically book 2 in the Dungeons and Drama series, but like, I don't know how it's a series because there wasn't a single like overlap in characters or storylines, but I digress. I started that this day, and then the boys had a concert this night, so me and Andrea were gonna have like a game night, so we went over there and I hung out with the kids for a bit, went on the trampoline, we got McDonald's, hung out with the kiddos, you know, the classic. And then Andrea and I played some games. We played a game that I brought called Adulthood, which I really liked, and then we played a game called Square One maybe by Project L. And it was also really cute and fun, and just had a blast. And then I came home and I watched some YouTube and I went to bed. And that was the setup. That was the whole situation. That's everything that simply happened that week. It wasn't like a particularly overly busy one. I did a lot of working, and then the following week I literally have done nothing this week. Like, whether or not it was smart, I have yet to determine, but I decided to take this week off to just relax because I've just been kind of feeling kind of drained, and my period was so really bad this month whenever I did get it, like pain-wise, so I just like did not have it in me to function, if I'm being honest. So we're gonna pop in doing this the old school way where I can't be bothered to like measure this. So this is just always how I used to do my planner before we had short, like just already split washi, is we would just do one of these, and that's simply what I'm doing because I can't be bothered to measure it and do the whole 9. My brain does not care to do all of that work, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, today in particular is the 7th, the 8th. And I'm having a really bad brain day today. So if I do seem kind of like down, it's because I simply am. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just am. I'm kind of not. I'm just not, you know? Could you just not? So, we're gonna get our washi out. And since this is kind of like bigger than washi should be now, because I just did it the lazy way, we'll put the pattern on there and then we'll just put the bow in the middle on this one because it doesn't really matter all that much. Perfect. I love Gold Hollow. It's so good. It's so pretty. I'm so excited for new foils coming to the shop. I'm going to be ordering anything else that I want to bring to the shop this week. And it's going to be exciting. So I'm not going to use that. Please no. Oh my god, that was spooky. Okay. So I'm going to put like the little shoes and the gumbo down here. I almost called this yellow. This is definitely green header. And then we can do Tiana, or like the fashion person that's kind of Tiana. She's so cutesy. Ooh, I love the Princess and the Frog. I think it's so cute. My favorite character is Raymond, the Firefly. I think he's so funny. But I do enjoy Princess and the Frog a lot. It's not like my favorite, but it's definitely one of the good ones. So, got that. I'm gonna throw in the freebie quote, which is Little Miss Overthinker, which works because I was very anxious this week. I'm not gonna use the butterfly deco. It's not really like applicable for this spread. So we're just not gonna use it. And then we'll do the deco. It's my like least favorite part. I hate doing the deco, but like I hate how it looks without deco. Like I love the way the deco looks once it's in, but it's definitely like not my favorite to place. I don't know why. It's not like I think it's tricky. I have it down to a literal science at this point. So I don't know what it is, but it just like, I'm always like, ugh, deco, why? So pop it all in and it'll be all good. Basically my method is I put a big piece in between the days and then like a skinnier piece on top of the day. So it makes things pretty simple, and then I just try to like separate colors. Like I don't want to put like two pink things next to each other, two brown things, but that's literally the whole method to my madness. That's it. My wedding anniversary week. This is how you know the stickers are old. Don't wait forever to use your things, because not that stickers go bad, but they definitely lose their sticky after some time. So perfect. Perfect, perfect. How cutie pie is that? I love, I love, I love. So now we're gonna do our overlays, which again, we have two scenes. So we'll put the line overlay here, and then I'm gonna use the line overlay on this side because I like to keep them separated. We'll put them on the Tiana box. And then I'm gonna use just these little like starburst decos in the four corners of the other scene. You could also use the corner overlays. This is just the first page I grabbed, so it's what I'm using. We'll use one of these four corners here on Prince Naveen box, and then we'll use the corners here on this. Use the four corners here on the king cake and the drink, and then we will just pop these on here, and then there will be one extra that I'll put in the discard pile or in the destash pile, and then I'm going to pop in the shine headers, and then we are done with the base. And then I will pause, take pictures of the base, and then we'll zoom in for the day by day. It's been like my new thing is to take pictures of the bases for my plan with me's, because y'all love a base pic on Instagram, and I always have base pictures of my other planner, so then lately, and then I like have so many spreads where like I'm obsessed with how they came out, and I'm like sad that I don't have a base picture of, so I've just started taking them. It literally takes like not like 2 minutes extra, maybe, probably less. Honestly, probably like a whole minute extra out of my time to just take the picture of the base, and then future Hannah is happy about it, so. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So pretty. And this also goes to show you that even if it's an older kit, an older format, it works just fine. It can still make a fan-frickin-tabuloso spread. So, do you guys have any like super old kits in your collection? And if so, what's the reason you haven't used it? Like for me, I haven't, like I love pop culture kits, but sometimes I feel like I have to have like, I want to have like the most specific reason to use it. And I'm like, Hannah, you have no plans to go to New Orleans, nor do you have any reason you want to go to New Orleans. Just use the kit. So that's what we're doing. We're just using it. Okay, we're gonna really be utilizing my doodles, because obviously this is an old kit, so there are no doodle add-ons, which is kind of wild times, honestly. So the first thing I'm gonna mark is making the Kohl's return, and then I will mark that Chris and I went to lunch, got groceries, and then I did the laundry. These underlays are so cute. I've also never used these underlays, so it's always fun when I get to use a brand new underlay pattern as well. So I'm gonna get the, what's it called? The envelope from the mini icons. Here we go for marking, doing a return, and then I'm gonna use the place setting icon for Chris and I getting food. We will use a grocery cart icon for getting groceries, and then a laundry basket for doing laundry. Obviously, perfect. And then again, I'm using font choice 11. I'm gonna grab return. Oh, I love this font. It's so chunky and fabulous, and you really get to see the foil. Then I'm gonna grab a with Chris script for my custom multi, groceries, and laundry. Y'all, it looks so good. So good. Down here, we are gonna mark that I filmed, excuse you, film, then I did read, and I watched some YouTube. Oh, there's no Big Little Things. Forgot about that. That's like a newer edition. It's all good. Okay, so for filming, I'm gonna use the filming camera, or just use a camera of some sort. There we go. Then for reading, I'm gonna see if I have, like, what I have for Princess and the Frog themed stickers, because if I could just use Princess and the Frog themed things for this, that could be quite cute. I just don't know how many. Oh, I have quite a bit. Okay. Scribble Princess Tiana to mark reading, and then for YouTube binge, grab the movie clapper. Grab film, read, and YouTube binge. Film, read, YouTube, bingey poo. How perfect. Up here, the first thing I'm gonna mark is that it was the Handmaid's Tale finale, which was so sad for it to be over. And then I did do a lot of editing this day for freaking sure. So for the Handmaid's Tale finale, I'm gonna use something, but for working, we will grab Dr. Facilier. or for editing. And then for Handmaid's Tale finale, I'm gonna use a like crying face because I just couldn't believe that it was over. I did do some crying. So this is gonna be Lottie crying from SPC. Okay. Gonna grab the Handmaid's finale here and edit. Then down here, I'm gonna mark that I did some cooking. I did a bit of reading. Which color am I on this one? We'll do this for reading. And I watched TV. So we'll grab a dark green for that. That does not fit due to the box that I used. It's literally fine. Well, it's not even because of the box, it's because I spaced it out like a wild woman. So for cooking, I'm gonna use the cutting board icon. For reading, I will use the reading icon. And then for watching TV, I'm gonna use the TV time icon. Because I immediately started rewatching Handmaid's Tale. So we're gonna put cook, we're gonna put read, and then I will use the TV time from the foil bundle, so that will be in font choice 4. Where is it? Sometimes I feel like it just, I stare and I stare and I stare at it, and I'm like, where are you? And I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? TV time, boom. On to Wednesday, the first thing that I did was I worked on doing some posts for BG Girlies, so I will mark that like this, and then I did read a bunch. So for working on the Board Game Girlies post, I'm just gonna use the card icon from the mini icons sheet because simply, and then I'm gonna use a Princess Tiana again from SPC to mark reading. We will grab a BGG posts and a read script. And then I followed that up by the horrifying hail situation. Hated it with a passion. Getting McDonald's. And watching YouTube. Light pink, or light green, we'll use this, sure. Okay, so for the hail situation, I'm gonna use like, actually don't know, Imani I think is maybe her name, with the green hair. And then for getting McDonald's, I'm gonna use the fast food icon. And then for watching TV, we'll grab, got like some just random Princess and the Frog like doodles from like other shops that I don't, we have one Smell with Love. We'll use Louie the crocodile, sure, why not? So I'm gonna mark hail, 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 boom. Then I will grab a McDonald's custom as well as a YouTube custom. Boom, bada boom. And then moving on to Thursday, I worked and I read. So we will grab work and we will grab read. And I will grab Princess Tiana and Dr. Facilier for a good old work and a good old read. Perfect. Then down here, I'm going to mark that I chatted with Christy, that I was anxious, and that I did a little binge watch of some TV. Sure. Works for me. So for talking to Christy, I'm going to use the phone mini icon. Then I will grab something to mark feeling anxious. Where did I used before. Yeah, that's pretty good. None of these colors are super, like, working out. Let's use this. Why not? Because I'm kind of pissed that I was anxious. Like, I'm not, like, thrilled that I was experiencing that. And then I'm going to grab something YouTube related. Grab a YouTube laptop here. That works out great. We'll do with Christy. We'll do anxious. And we will do YouTube binge. Then up to Friday, the first thing that we want to mark here is Chris's hair appointment. We stopped to get magic cards. We got McDonald's. And I read. So for Chris's appointment, I'm going to use the clock icon because we had to like be there for the appointment time. For getting the magic cards, I'm going to use the card icon from the mini icons sheet. Then for getting fast food, I'm going to use the fast food icon from the mini icons sheet. Here she is. And then for reading, we'll use the book, of course. So I'm going to use Chris hair because that's the first thing that happened. Magic the Gathering. For getting fast food, I'm going to use the fast food icon from the foil bundle, which is in font choice 5. And then I'll grab a read script. Perfect. Then down here, I will be marking that I worked. I cooked. And Chris and I did go for a walk. So for working, we'll grab Princess Tiana. For cooking, we're obviously going to use the cutting board. And then for going for a walk, I'm just going to use a heart icon. So we will grab work and cook. And then I'm going to grab the workout from the foil bundle, which is in font choice 5. Okay. Then on to Saturday, the first thing I will mark is working. And then I will mark reading. Again, we're going to grab a Princess Tiana and a Dr. Facilier to mark those two things. Work and read. We got Mickey D's again because we hate ourselves, obviously. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing with you. And then I just kind of relaxed for the evening. So I'll use this big old box for that. So for going to get McDonald's, I'll use like a Happy Meal because I don't really use them all that often. We'll grab Lottie with her Happy Meal, and then for relaxing, I will grab this Once More with Love Tiana. Why not? Why not? And we'll be using both the Takeout and the Relax from the foil bundle, which are both in a font choice 6. Relax. Boom. On to Sunday. The first thing I want to mark up here is filming. And then we will mark reading. And then we will mark hanging with the kiddos at Andrea's house. Okay. So for filming, I'm going to use some sort of camera icon. Bada bing, bada boom. For reading, we will use a book. Boom. And then for being with the kids, we will just use, I don't know, this like Tiana donut. I don't know. It's just what we're doing, okay? So we'll grab a film script here, a read script, and a with the kids script. And then we got McDonald's for dinner. And I'm just using like what colors I have available for boxes. Beggars can't be choosers. We're gonna use this pink to mark Andrea and I playing some games, and then whenever I got home I did watch YouTube, so I will mark that with this. So for us getting McDonald's, I'm gonna use the place setting icon here. Then for Andrea and I playing games, I will get something gaming related. FG. And then for watching YouTube, I'll just grab a movie clapper icon right here. Okay. So we've got a McDonald's right there. I'm going to use the YouTube binge from the foil bundle, so that's going to be in font choice 4. And then I'm going to grab it with Andrea from my custom multi. And that's everything, guys. That's this spread complete. I do think it came out very cute. I am indeed happy with the results, thankfully. And we'll zoom on out. That is everything. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!